four major stages that we can talk about later, but they're pretty well known to my esteemed panelists. One is pre-radicalization, that is living just in a Muslim community, identifying yourself as Muslim and an observant Muslim. The second stage is self-identification, in which you begin to seek out like-minded individuals who share your interpretation of the Quran, who have received a kind of call to action and want to go beyond what their local imam or their parents may be telling them about what their religion commands. The third stage is indoctrination, after they have found these like-minded individuals, either in reality or virtually through the internet, a new group of friends, a support system. They may go out camping, a kind of outward-bound Islam experience, but they do things that bond them together to one another as opposed to the community in which they live. And finally, we have jihadization, which is the decision to do something violent in the name of their faith. Now, obviously, the question posed by the NYPD, which is still being debated in our society, is at what stage is it appropriate for law enforcement to intervene? Do we start watching these individuals in the self-identification stage, in the pre-radicalization stage? Is it important to be in the mosques, in the Muslim communities? By doing so, do you alienate the people you need to eventually supply information about things that may be out of order in your community? Al-Qaeda universe is actually expanding. In 2008, there were 7 Al-Qaeda fields of operation versus 11 today. That's a 50% increase in only 3 years. But there is good news about the radicalization trend within the United States. A new study at Duke from the Triangle Center of Terrorism and Homeland Security shows that the number of Muslim Americans who have actually been accused of supporting or carrying out terrorism in the United States has actually fallen in half from 2 years ago to last year. According to their latest calculations, the number of Muslims who have been either indicted or formally accused of involvement in such terrorism has dropped from 47 in 2009 to 20 in 2010. Once again, a decline of half. How we respond to these people, how the community, both of Muslims and the community at large, responds to this homegrown phenomenon will, I think, determine a lot about the nature and severity of the threat we face.